This lesson we discuss steel and concrete construction. And again, we have three learning objectives. Explain typical practices in steel and concrete construction, select equipment for placing concrete, and determine the rate of concrete placement, and describe the time of concrete joints. So for the first video, this one, we will discuss the steel construction and the major components that when we concern the steel erections, when we install the steel. First, the lifting, what equipment should be used, how to align the steel structures, and how to fastening, including bolting or welding to connect between the member. So the next few slides will show you that application. But before that, I want you to show one small short YouTube video that I recorded in Tampa that use steel structure and concrete construction in the same project that here. Steel structure here, and then we have a concrete. And that is the topic we discussed in this lesson. And the tower crane that you can see there. So let's go to the steel construction. See you the application in the power plant. If you study project planning, I discussed the Edward Sport Power Plant project, and this project use a lot of steel, as you can see here, and typical for power plant, a lot of heavy material. And before we can be able to you design, engineer design, but the subcontractor, supplier of the steel, they need to do the shop drawings so that they can show how to what is the size to be fabricated with the different structural steel components in here. And of course, with when you fabricate in stone, the tolerance, it have to be matters. Go to what everything needs to have some tolerance. And for this one in the book, the table show you what are the tolerances for steel members. What is the depth tolerance should be. In this case, you can see 1/8 inches, 1/8 inch. The width, 1/4. 2 plus 1/4, so you can go extra, or it cannot be shorter than the specified dimensions for the engineer already designed, that is 3/16. And similar for other tolerances. So if the structure that fabricate and exceed that tolerance, it can be rejected, and you can see that. And of course, the designer, you can specify what are the tolerances for the structure that you use for your project. In terms of the erection for the steel member, in this case, you see a column of the beam. You can use different lifting equipment that you learned in lesson 2. If you recall that, it can be a tower crane that's shown here, or it can be the mobile crane. In mobile crane, in this case, that is a trailer mounted, and you can see there with the chains there, or it can be a tire with the mobile crane with tire, use tire, or it can be guide direct, so the crane direct fixed on the top of the building under construction and lift the steel member going up. Or it can use a mobile crane, and you can see here to erect the, in this case, they erect the steel columns. Or they can use tower crane, as I showed you earlier, and even in the YouTube video that you can see to install the steel member. And the second component, how to connect the member together, in this case, you can see steel apply a lot, including columns, beams, bracings to support the lateral load, as you can see there. This is the worker working on connecting the beam. This one is the tower cranes, and you can see, and it braced to the current steel structure so that to ensure the safety of the tower crane, as you can see there. And then the also have the column tied to the foundation. And as you can see, how to maintain the column go straight vertically. That alignment is also very important, and that show you in the next slide here. You see the base and you have crowd, how people go into put the column in and can adjust the bolts and the plate so that the column will be stand vertically. And the next YouTube video show you the process to do that. Ankle bolt, going down, and place concrete or ground just at the base of the foundation. Bolt, bond, concrete. Now you install the column, steel column. Then put the bolt in. And with that, you can adjust the top bolt and the bottom so that you can vertically. And after you're happy with the vertical alignment, you can place ground and seal the connection. So that's how it works in installing the steel column into top of the base of the foundation or stump or plinth for concrete. And the last one, the safety of the steel erection is very important. There are multiple accidents related to steel, because steel, as you can see, they have high strength, so the members tend to be slant. So if you install not ensure good bracing, it can be collapse, and one member collapse, it create other members collapse, it create a domino effect that we call. So ensure safety not only for the structure, also the worker. So do not attempt to steal erection on rainy days. That's for sure in there, right? Especially in Florida when you have thunderstorm, lightning, etc. Do not allow everyone to stand beneath of loaded crane bumps, because that accident may fall down, the structure can fall down, can be disaster. Use safety hooks as you saw here on the load line, or shackle on the lifting sling. So that here, use properly rated cable sling. So here in there, and inspecting, because sometimes it will be wearing and it can break and create an accident or incident. And inspect on cable, as I say, that for broken stand, if anything in here unusual, we have to change the new one. So this video, as you can see, show you some practices of steel construction, how erecting, how to ensure the alignment for the vertical columns, and ensure the safety and practices during the erection of the steel structure.